Okay, so hello everyone. How are you all? I hope doing great. So again, I came with the new paragraph, the Chinese civilization. Okay, so yes, now we are going to study about this, the Chinese civilization. Wait for wait for wait for. Okay. Okay, so now come to the paragraph, the Chinese civilization. You know that already in the before it in my previous video, we already have studied about the Mesopotamian civilization or Chinese civilization. Oh, sorry, Egyptian civilization. Now we are going to study about that, the Chinese civilization. So now you know that now where is China and where is the location of this? So yes, China is the Asian country, one of the Asian country, and yes, just outside of India we have China. So yes, Chinese civilization also emerged near the river plain and the river name. So yes, we can see the Chinese civilization flourished along the river, the Huanghe and the Yangtze. Okay. So now Yangtze River also is called the Yellow River, and the Yangtze River. Okay, these also this civilization also we found in between these two rivers, like our Indus Valley civilization. So yes, the same we just found this civilization also, Chinese civilization. Okay, these two river valleys were also center of the early Chinese Neolithic culture. You know that, no? Neolithic culture about this. When the development emerged, and development came just after the Paleolithic or Mesolithic, so that we call the Neolithic cultures. So yes, around 7,000 before, just around 2000 BC, the introduction of copper, bronze, metallurgy brought many of the Neolithic settlement. So you know that when the Neolithic age came, so metallurgy or the metal development also just to be found in this era, and then after the metal development or metal emergence, they just start to grow slowly, start to develop slowly. So yes, I think the same in every civilization. So here, especially those in the Yellow River Basin. Okay, now tell me, yeah, the other name of the Yellow River. Okay, so other name of the Yellow River is Huanghe River. Huanghe. Okay, now here you can see that the river Huanghe River. Understood? Okay, so now we can see just another line. Uh, it was only around 1600 BC that urban center began to emerge and the expansion of agriculture, productivity and advancement, the metallurgy and craft production. The same, just the same as the other civilization. Okay, they just grow slowly. Metallurgy emerge and craft and other development, the pottery making, just many things come just during this age era. Okay, so yes, Chinese civilization also just growing well in this time. after this metallurgy advancement system, and this event led to the rise of the first Chinese Bronze Age territorial empire. Okay, so now you already know that after the emergence of Neolithic period or the metallurgy, okay, in every civilization, they also set up this by the time their monarchical, their territorial or imperial, like that. Just we can see in this situation in this era actually after the emergence of these after the development when they just start to develop their city and they know about the many things, so now they also know about this monarchical or how to come up with the leadership. Now the history of China is organized into various dynasties. Okay, if we just read the history of China, so we find various dynasty. Okay, how many dynasties is found we found here? Okay, so we found here we find so yes. Uh, if we talk about the dynasties of Chinese dynasty, so yes, the Shang dynasty, as well as in this time period, you can see 1600 to 1046, and the Zhou dynasties, and to well-known dynasties of the Bronze Age. So you know that the Shang dynasty and the Zhou dynasty, this time there was a very powerful dynasty, and they also developed many things, many areas, cities. So yes, these dynasties were very powerful. Shang dynasty or Zhou dynasty. Okay, Zhou dynasty especially. Okay, we will read in just another paragraph about the Zhou dynasty. Okay, what kind of things and what kind of development actually they did. So yes, then after the Bronze Age, okay, when the iron become popular or Iron Age came. So that time, yes, another dynasty came in China. So like the yes, the China, the name of the actually comes from the Iron Age. But China, we know that na, the name of China or the Chinese. So that come in the one of dynasty. That name comes with the one of dynasty name. Actually, you know that China, it means the first name was the Qin. Okay, Qin, the word name is Qin. So yes, the Qin dynasty. Actually, we call that Qin dynasty. Okay, so Qin dynasty, that time, so the Iron Age came up. So yes, by the time Qin dynasty came, that the China name comes from this Qin dynasty. The Okay, so the Qin dynasty came in China, and the China name comes from it. The Qin, the meaning is the chin. Okay, so that the this dynasty, the Qin dynasty, comes after Iron Age, and before that in China we have two dynasty. That the first was the Shan dynasty, actually Shang dynasty, and the second one is Zhou dynasty. So yes, we are reading about the Chinese civilization. So Chinese civilization, just after the Neolithic period, or when they just start to develop their area, or the China, so they have two dynasties. That time when the dynastic power emerged, so the Shang and Zhou. Then after the Iron Age, when the emerged, the metallurgy, the iron emerged. So that time they have Qin dynasty, and the second one was, that was the Han dynasty. Yes, the second dynasty was the Han dynasty. So Qin dynasty, the China just got the name by the Qin dynasty. Okay, the era was 221 206 BC. Okay, this time period. Okay, this time period, uh, just almost the last of this BC era, or just around 200 years. So this time Qin dynasty emerged, and the name was just come from the China name was just come from this dynasty, the Qin. Okay, the pronunciation was Qin. So Qin, that related with the China. Okay, so now yes, it was known as the first imperial dynasty of the China. Okay, why are we just calling it imperial? Imperial because it was the most powerful dynasty. Okay, which dynasty that we just got the name of that country. So of course it will be just powerful in that time now. Like in our India, if we just compare, we got the India name. So it's not the before that it was the directly the India. First it was the Sindhu days, that just we got the name by the Sindhu river. When the traveler comes in India, when the travelers come in India, they just come and just to cross the river Indus. Okay, so when they just come and cross the river Indus, so they call it the in Sindh days. Okay, and the Sindh days, and then after many travelers come. So yes, Sindhustan and that Hindustan. Okay, Hind days many time. So yes, we got, and also there was a emperor, the king, the Bharat. Okay, we just know that now, just related to our just mythology, the Bharat king. So yes, from the just many of just mythological stories said that just in the name of Bharat we just call the India that Bharat. So yes, we know that if anyone, any dynasty did very well, or very just much developed that area or the country, so yes, they related with that name. So yes, Qin dynasty was the very powerful dynasty in the China. So yes, the China got the name from this dynasty. Okay, the China, Qin, and the second dynasty was the Han dynasty. Okay, so another important Chinese dynasty was the Han, Achilles. Okay, there is name Achilles. Okay, who are coming to just watching this live feed, if they want to know anything, so they can just write your question. So definitely I will try to reply that. Okay, anyone who are coming to this live feed, welcome, and you can write your question, then I will try to reply that. Okay, if you are interested in history, you can ask me anything, the history portion, maybe from the India or maybe from the other countries. If I know, definitely I will try to reply that. Okay, so now come to this timeline. Okay, the timeline that I already explained about this, that we just before the Iron Age we have two dynasty. that the Shang dynasty and the Zhou dynasty. Then after Iron Age emerged in the 600 BC. So then after we have Qin dynasty or Han dynasty. Understood? Now I think just a little bit or whatever you want to just know about this, the emerging China, so that you understood about this. Okay. So now again in another page. Yes. Now you can see public officials were chosen with the great care of after being the examine and actually housemanship, calculation, writing, and music. So do you know one thing? Actually, China was the first country. Okay, China was the first country who introduced this civil services exam. Okay, civil services exam first introduces in China. So yes, China was the first country because what was the reason behind it? So the reason was that they want to choose their way always as officials, the high post, the minister or the other administrative employees with the great care. Actually, they should be in just excellent in all this area. Maybe the horsemanship, maybe the calculation, arteries, music, everything. That's why they just start exam, the civil services exam. Okay, so civil services exam, the China started in the first time. China is the country, was the first country. Okay, so now here another things are the very important or actually interesting things. Okay, so how do we know what we know about China? So yes, again the same question, just as same the other civilization. If we find something, if we found any just inscriptions or written material or the anything object, any evidence, and even the under the ground or just many things we found, so that we can calculate this the things that China was the in the past time, what kind of China was there. Okay, so China has an abundance of historical record. Official historiographers recorded event, the earliest source of information. So yes, there is a one information or the one source that we called it oracles. Okay. Now what is oracles or what was the oracles? So yes, oracle you can see this kind of Chinese oracle carving on the bone. Okay, it was the piece of bone or the full bone actually. The kind of animal, the backbone actually. Okay, the backbone of the tortoise shell, and these bones were heated until they cracked. Okay, one kind of actually the prediction or interpretation they did in the past time. The Chinese, okay, like in India, you can see so many person now come in this field, and they started to interpret it or to predictions about the weather, about the human life, about your past, about your future. So yes, going on, and they are just people are enjoying actually. So now you can see that the before the time or the Chinese civilization also did this kind of prediction. Okay, this kind of prediction they did. What kind of? They have actually the back of the tortoise shell or the back of the bones of tortoise. Okay, they heat it until they cracked. Actually they wait, it should be cracked. And how many cracks come on that? If the cracks are more, maybe they can be positive. Cracks are less, so maybe can be negative. Like that they did the predictions. So these oracles were often used to foretell the future. Okay, that time there was also the kind of a person, they predict something, and they just announce that it kind this kind of future you just would be the person. So yes, many of person they did Okay. Okay, one more thing I just would say. So yes, actually every civilization had these kind of person they predict, and they just any kind of, they want to attract the people. Okay, they want to just come on the leadership. They want to the center attraction point. So yes, center of the just attraction. Actually, they want to take the attraction of the people, attract the people. And today they tell us about the hope, desire, and early Chinese civilization. Okay, one more thing I would like to say. Wait. Okay. Okay. So now you can see these. The Chinese script is logographic. It means the China always use these some kind of symbols actually. Okay. Okay, now who are in the live feed, if they want to know something about the history, they can message, they can comment. So definitely I would like to reply them if you want to know something about it. Okay. So yes, the Chinese script was logographic. It means some kind of symbol they use. Like you can see, okay, there is example. Like if you want to just to make the uh, person, okay, so this kind of they use this image they will use. They want to just to write the tree, so yes, they will use this kind of image. So I think you know that now this the Chinese language is written on the paper. So they use this straight and horizontal and then vertical lines, and they made it this kind of. They want to make the person, so they will use this kind of structure, and they want to just to make the tree, so this kind of structure. Okay. Yes. Now come here again at a more example of the Chinese. Okay. So the object of ideas they presented. Okay, so character and explain how their shape, their meanings. Okay, now you can see the picture. Now you know that now just every Chinese story or every just inscription document related with the one famous creature, that is dragon. Okay, have you seen? I think you all just always see, just have seen that the dragon picture in every Chinese story, every just shop, Chinese shop, or every book, everywhere. I think in their just dress also. So every time. So yes, they made when they start to make these things now. So they just start to also make the picture of these dragon picture. Now it's a kind of this. Okay, so in a dragon in a Jogu dynasty. Okay, this may they make this picture. Now here this kind of ring or any of vessel in the during Jogu dynasty. So that's also the picture of dragon. You can see they be found in China. Okay, this China. And here also one of pot we found in Johu dynasty, that we also found in China. So I think all the small or the big things we just find one thing is common. What is the one thing we found common, that every vessels, everything, every ornament, maybe books, maybe shops outside, we found a symbol that is just a dragon symbol. Okay, so yes, there are some stories behind that. Why they made? Actually, dragon is a very religious or auspicious. Okay, just for them, the Chinese civilization, they just consider that is very auspicious for them. The dragon, like in our India, which animal actually we just make them auspicious, or we just found them auspicious, or we religious, actually just relate with our sentiments. religious sentiment. Which kind of animals or which animals? Okay, so I think there are so many, like cow. Yes, in India we just find a cow is very sacred animal for us. And yes, some elephant, not some, it means elephant. There are so many bird also, I think so many, not one. In India, if we just talk about the so many animals, birds are related with this. But in China we found that is only the dragon. The dragon is very auspicious and sacred for them. Okay, actually they worship the dragon. Worship the dragon. Every festival you can see the dragon. Just relate with their everything. So yes, maybe there are some much stories about them. So yes, the Chinese civilization were the object, okay, figures, and they were either ritual or prestige object. Okay, many things we just found in the civilization. Actually, that's made, and they always show their culture. Their just sacred things. What they just want to just to follow that actually in that dynasty, during the dynasty. Marble, you know that now today we are using this China marble, or the, yeah, so many things, not only the marble, but yes, the China marble or the crockery that we use in our home today. So that Chinese crockery also just came from the China. Yes, there is actually the kind of clay that they make it, and also there's some kind of pictures, and this finishing that we start from the China. Now everywhere they are making, every just country can make this, but they start this crockery material or this China material from the China. Okay, they just did it first. So yes, so many things we now know about the Chinese artists who were very skillful, and shapes of object, okay, fish tied with the cord, okay, many things they can just know about that. They were very intelligent, or they just start to make these objects and also start to trade with the other countries or other civilization as well. Okay, now other things. Now you can see the one picture. Okay, I think you can see and you can just relate with the picture. You can recognize it. Okay, that is the picture of the Great Wall of China. You know that. Great Wall of China, the world biggest wall that we have in China. So you can see now, I think in a certain distance, we have this kind of entrance gate. Okay, in a certain distance, maybe the 2 kilometer, 3 kilometer, whatever, but we have in a certain distance this kind of gate or entrance gate. So yes, okay, who started it? Who started to make it, and how many years, okay, just they take to complete it? Okay, how many years? So yes, how many years they took to complete? So yes, more than 2000 years. This Great Wall of China started by the Zhou dynasty in the BC era. Now you know that how many years completed for the CE era, the common era. Yes, now we are in 2026. Okay, so now we are 2026, so almost 2026 year we completed. It means 2000 year we completed, and before in the 600 BCE, so then 600 years back. So yes, the Zhou dynasty started to this making this wall, and many of dynasty come, and but actually that is kind of responsibility that they follow it. They just fulfill this responsibility one by one, each dynasty. So just continue to make this wall, and Zhou dynasty just start this work. Okay, what was the reason to make it? Yes. So the reason was there, actually during this Zhou dynasty there was the many of nomadic tribes. Anytime they just come enter in the dynastic region and just to threaten the people, even they just to kill the people, like that. So many reasons were there. So yes, Jovu dynasty is just to, for the sake of their safety purpose, they start to just make this long wall to control or capture the to the safe for the dynastic border actually. So they start to make this wall that now they can protect their dynasty or the people of okay that dynasty. So I think from this nomadic tribe or this violent tribe, so they started, but the other dynasty as well as just follow them on into kit 2000 year. And yes, this wall completed the fully completed in 17th century C. Yes, this wall completed in 17th century C, and just before 3 or 6 or before 900 or 7. Okay, so yes. Now one more point about the China. So we cannot actually that take this point about the Silk Route. Do you know where is the Silk Route or where is this start from? And yes, the Silk Route is a Chinese route, and we on the both sides the waterways or the land route. So around the second century BC, this route started. Okay, the second century BC, this route was started, and just around just okay during the time of the Han Dynasty. Han Dynasty was last, na. I told you. Actually, there was the four powerful dynasty. First was the Shang Dynasty. Second, Zhou Dynasty. Yes, they started it. And then Qin Dynasty came. Yes, Qin Dynasty. And we got the name of China to relate this dynasty. And then after, we had the Han Dynasty with the last one. So yeah, then other people also, other dynasty also came. But these civilization dynasty we have. So Han Dynasty, so this time the silk become a major item for the trade. Okay, silk becomes, so yes, this dynasty started this route, an entire route on which they just to start this trade. So yes, they started to trade. The first trade was the thing that is the silk, that was the silk. So that's why we called it silk route. Okay, the other things also they just trade during this with this route, but yes, silk was the first. That's why we called it silk route. Okay, it's not kind of just a route that they just only just to start and only the silk was going to trade. No, this what did not happen. And yes, they did many things trade by this route. So yes, that's what the Silk Route. I think yes, enough for today. Many things we understood. We start from the Chinese civilization. Chinese civilization from after the Neolithic period. So yes, about the four dynasties of China. So many actually the start are the same for every dynasty. Start is same for the every dynasty, like maybe the Mesopotamia, Egypt. When they just start to develop and know about the just many things or invented the gradually many things. So yes, they did development. Okay. So I think enough for today, the Chinese civilization. And please watch this video, watch this live feed. Again, you can just to check it. And anything, any query, just you want to know about this, you can message or comment. Definitely, I will read this. I will just try to reply this. Okay, so thank you for watching. Okay, have fun, have study, and yes, love your nation. Bye bye.